Hello everyone, welcome and join me in this program. I'm by the name of Mangrangul from the Department of Art in Sustainable Development from Zari University. I'm from the School of Sustainability. Uh, in this video, I would like to take you through the PowerPoint presentation. The motive of this PowerPoint presentation is to talk to you about the flood in Kakuma refugee camp. Flood has been prevalent within the camp since I came to Kakuma, despite being in the semi-desert part of Kenya. It might look white to some people why there is flood in Kakuma refugee camp, while Kakuma is a semi-desert, or it is in the semi-desert part of Kenya. Let's look into the topic overview. In the topic overview, we are going to discuss about the causes of flood in Kakuma refugee camp, the effect of flood in Kakuma refugee camp, a recommendation or how to reduce the flood as a disaster in Kakuma. So these are what we are going to focus on. The causes of flood in Kakuma refugee camp are so many, and particularly it is caused by heavy rainfall in Kakuma. Actually, Kakuma is part of the semi-desert part of Kenya, but there are sometimes heavy rainfall, like it happens once or twice a year or thrice a year, or sometimes it can reach up to 10. This is one of the causes of flood in Kakuma refugee camp. Another thing is that it is caused when there is overflow of water from the stream, seasonal rivers, which are locally called as lagers. When there is an overflow, as you can see in the photo, this is lager now when it is empty without water. But when it starts overflowing, it will affect the community, and this will the flood come. This flood affects the people of the community in so many negative ways. When we are looking into the effect of flood in Kakuma refugee camp, it washes away the topsoils, hence causing soil erosion. This soil erosion is something affecting the environment, particularly. It is affecting some of the species within the ecosystem. For example, when it is washed away, some species, living species of like insect or some plant species which are uprooted or washed away by the topsoil, so that it will uh, they can no longer exist. So these species are sometimes stressed out by the disasters happening, which are caused by the flood. When we're looking into another effect is that it wipes out the houses in the camp. When it is overflowing, as you can see, these houses is at risk. So when the next flood comes, the house you are seeing will no longer be there. It will be wiped out by the flood. So this is how it come, and it has been moving closely to this community. I'm sure that this community or this house, the people nearing this house are negatively affected, and will be forced to vacate the land and move somewhere to be relocated. This is the huge blow to the community. It makes movement very hard since roads and bridges are sometimes marked by the water. For example, when you are trying to go to the school, you might find out that in the morning there is overflowing of the rivers, and you have never seen the rain falling in Kakuma, and you will be wondering how this is possible. But when there are heavy rainfall in some part of Kenya, for example, in the Rift Valley province of Kenya, there will be flowing of water that will be channeled into, like from the mountain, that will be channeled into this season of rivers, then to be carrying away the water. This is what causes flood in the Kakuma. Hence, marking some of our roads and bridges with water, hence making the movement very difficult in Kakuma refugee camp. It is a huge distraction since we cannot go to the learning institution or even the hospital when there are sick people, because the seasonal rivers are cutting all the connecting point of the people in Kakuma. For example, going to the hospital, you will first through the stream, you will cross them. Going to the schools, all the social institutions, and where people gather and interact are being cut off by the way. Sometimes it affects people not to go for the ration, whereby the ration for the distribution center, so they normally collect their food. during the month, at the end of the month. Uh, Particularly when we are looking into this, I would like to make some recommendations on how to reduce flood in Kakuma. Reconstructing the bridges. There are some whole bridges that has been existing before, and if we want to look into this to reduce the issue of blood, there is need to reconstruct these bridges so that the movement of the people is easily facilitated. Constructing the water drainage, for example, when the water drainage being constructed, the water in the community can simply blow away or can simply drain away from the community so that the blood cannot negatively affect us because the water will not be contained in the community. Another thing is building of the permanent dikes. The building of the permanent dike is one of the things that need to be done. For example, when the dikes are put across the or near the seasonal rivers blocking away their turning point or their drainage, should be very simple for us to reduce the flood in Kakuma refugee camp. For example, when flood when the rivers are overflowing, it will be very hard for them for the river for the overflowing water to reach the level of the dike, so that the water will never overflow again and the people will never be affected. Building of the gardens along the rivers, for example, as you can see in the in this when it is causing the as one of the effect, if the government can be put across across these channels of water, I think we can never be affected by this community, or this house can not be affected by the flood, because water will not have that force of reaching to the community. This is something that we need to look into, and possibly if we practice all these things, I'm sure that we can eventually eradicate or reduce flood in Kakuma refugee camp, and therefore the life of our people will be transformed, and they will have the immune place to live forever, and with some of the other species, and there will be a huge transformation of the environment and the ecosystem, and therefore this will be the hope for the species. For example, the plant and animal species which are living in the ecosystem, and the biodiversity will be restored. Thank you everyone for joining me in this program.